Soup. With us, as always, is Riglock and Ketsu. Today, we're going to be doing a review of Harlock, Space Pirate. Also, we'll be doing a brief discussion about what we have been watching and what we will be watching over last week and this week. Let's have Ketsu kick us off.
Um, I've just been super fucking busy this last week and a half here, starting my new job. Pull up my list here. As far as like watching stuff's going, of course it's locked out.
How's your new job going? How's your new job?
It's good. It's just down the street. I like it. I like everyone I work with.
Cool.
Service industry shit, but it's cool, man. It's super convenient to just be able to like wake up and walk to work and be there in 7 minutes.
I know the feeling.
I'm a big fan of that. So that's good. Everything else is good. The weather's been pretty terrible down here still. It's like cold and wet. No sunshine. But as far as watching anime goes, I have been watching Tomodachi Game. Keeping up with that. I started watching Spy Family. I think I'm like 2 episodes in. And I remember having a conversation with Riggs about how it's a slow burn. So I think I'm going to like let it chill on the back burner for a while before I just like watch a bunch of episodes of it. I've been rewatching Samurai Champloo, which is an absolute treat. I love that show so much. You should definitely watch it if you haven't seen it. Low burn, so I think. It's the same people who made Cowboy Bebop, so I think you'd really, really love this foundation.
Oh no, I love Samurai Champloo. No.
Oh, okay.
That is something I've watched probably 8 times, I think, in the last 12 years or something like that.
Nice. Yeah, not much else. And then I watched this this film.
Who's your favorite character in that? Is it what's his face? I can't remember their names right now.
There's Mugen and Jean.
And Jean. Who's your do you like Mugen more or Jean more?
I think it's impossible to decide. They're both great in their own right.
Yeah, they're both legendary.
I literally can't tell. They're so yin yang.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's just a great duo. You can't choose one or the other because they can only exist together. But that's all. That's what's been up on my front, man.
Cool. Riggs, how about yourself?
Oh God, same old. I've been watching everything I can get my hands on. Ketsu and I had a conversation. Oh, it was the other day, but about the slow burn of Spy X Family. It just leaves you really wanting more at the end of each episode, and as I was telling him, I feel like I should just stop watching it so they can come out with a bunch of episodes and then I can catch up. But
sweet.
It's good. It's good. Keeping up with Rise of the Shield Hero. They cut a lot of content from the book. It's moving at a real quick pace. They're probably an episode away from ending the Spirit Tortoise arc. And that was like 2 books long. So
what are you drinking?
Iced tea.
What is that?
Sweet tea.
What?
Looks like a jar of shit.
Sweet tea, probably.
It's no, it's It's beef broth with a little bit of curry powder in it, with some garlic powder, garlic salt, a little cumin. Yeah, it's basically just it kind of tastes like beef ramen broth.
Yeah, I can behind that actually. It sounds good.
I had strep throat.
Riggs is like, what the fuck?
What's wrong with you?
So I had
Dude,
strep
chicken
throat.
broth is awesome.
So I went to a concert 3 weeks
Just
ago.
randomly,
What?
I'm gonna have a vat of broth, please.
Yeah.
This is not even
This
close
shit is
to a
not
bad.
even tomato. This shit cannot be healthy for you. at
Why?
all.
The sodium levels are definitely not. That's too much
Oh.
salt. You gotta be
Like
drinking
that's
water.
not healthy at all.
You mean like
it's-
this much water?
Yes.
Yes. So, preface: I've had strep throat the last 3 weeks of my life, which has been fucking terrible.
You should have gone to the doctor and gotten antibiotics.
Yeah, I don't have medical coverage.
I don't
welcome
know if
to
I would
being
say
an,
that.
welcome
would
to
say
being
that
an
on the
entrepreneur.
internet.
Why?
Because you know it's illegal to not have health insurance.
No,
right?
that's not true. Not anymore.
Okay.
You should still that's a bacterial infection. You can just go have a doctor write you a prescription.
So here's the deal. I
You
had
can
an
walk.
appointment.
You can walk into a urgent care clinic and it'll cost you like $50.
$400.
$50 to get the prescription right, and then you can go pay for your prescription.
It's never fucking $50. Never.
I'm
I've
just
done that.
saying.
No, I actually had an appointment at a free clinic just in town here. I was sitting in the parking lot waiting for them to come out and test me for strep throat and COVID for no fucking reason. And they're just like, I'm sitting there. I called their like once, and they're like, yeah, just keep waiting. And I waited 30 more minutes. I called back 2 more times to see if they're actually coming out or forgotten them. 3:30 rolls around. I'm just like, fuck this. I got to go grocery shopping and get back home. So, I've all day to fuck around. It's actually getting better. So, yeah.
Well, it is.
But it can come back.
I mean, I do have an immune system, so that helps. Anyway,
But it's a
Quite on that
bacterial infection. You realize it'll go away. But it'll come back. It doesn't stop. You're gonna continue to get strep until you take antibiotics. You'll get strep again in another 4 or 5 weeks. That's how that works. You got to kill the bacteria in your blood.
That's what that broth is for.
I don't think I,
You're gonna kill it with sodium.
I don't think I,
He's gonna salt it out like a slug.
I do not have a blood infection, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, yeah, your body. There's bacteria in your body.
There's bacteria on your hand,
On your bloodstream.
on your bloodstream.
On
Not in
your
your
bloodstream. On top.
Anyway, this isn't a
On it.
fucking healthcare channel. This is a So, Riggs, were you done with your
No, he totally interrupted him.
No.
I totally
Yeah, you
interrupted him.
totally interrupted me. I don't even.
So
fucking care.
Riggs, what's up, man? Sorry about that.
Well, I was just. No, I don't. I'm good.
You were saying that you just wish they would. You should just stop watching it and just wait for more episodes to come out of Spy Family.
No, I wasn't.
You weren't saying that?
I'm great that you stopped listening probably 5 minutes before
Oh,
Etsu interrupted me.
it was probably at the same time I started sipping on my broth.
No, I was talking about the Rise of the Shield Hero.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's way ahead of.
Oh yeah, it's cutting.
How do you
well,
feel about that?
it's
Are
just
you
cutting
kind of-
content. It's I'm indifferent of it. I find it. I guess I'm disappointed because
Was it-
there's a lot of content that was missed.
Yeah, do you think it's?
there are-
I think it's important content.
For character development, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're just blowing by it though. It's no big thing. I don't know. Have you guys been watching it or no? Obviously,
I am no. That's one that I'm
I
behind
don't.
on.
I don't speak Chinese. I don't speak Japanese, so
Okay.
He
well,
refuses to read.
You do read, you douche, but okay. So the whole premise is he fights this giant spirit tortoise, right? And they chop off the head and it falls down, right? And then they go onto the back and they go exploring. Well, they end up coming off of it and like walking away, and then it comes back alive and they have to fight it a second time. And the second time it's doing all sorts of different moves and almost kills everybody. And it's just pulling off feats that it didn't the first time.
Wow.
And so they kind of eliminated this whole second battle with the spirit tortoise that actually it was pretty cool to read about. Like, as I told you, Ketsu, I remember I was telling you with the books, I was like, this is basically going to be all action because it's just a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
And they cut half of the fighting. Like,
oh shit.
They end up going on to the spirit tortoise with an army. That doesn't happen. It's just them. And they're fighting inside the spirit tortoise against all these monsters, him and the army. That scene never happens because they never get on the spirit tortoise with the army, right? And I mean, they're already at the point of the bad guy that is controlling the spirit tortoise. And that didn't happen. That fight didn't happen until the end of the second book. So it's like, again, they're way ahead. And it's only episode 5. And what last season was 24 episodes, 26 episodes. I mean, they're trucking along and they're just cutting tons of content out. And I can tell from the credits that they're definitely going to go into the arc that I thought they would skip and make a movie out of. So they're going to go into that one. And honestly, that goes pretty quick in the books. That whole arc is like one book. So they're probably going to skip the shit out of that unless they add filler content somehow. But I don't know. I've been a little disappointed at how they're narrating because they changed Nefumi's personality. They changed how things play out. Because I don't want to ruin it for you, but like the first episode does not play out at all how it does in the books. And it's whatever. I think they did it to curb some of the criticisms that have gone on about the anime. But I don't think they're doing any favors. I don't think they're doing anybody any favors. What
criticisms?
Just the criticisms of like misogynistic and pro-slavery and basically everything that article that I had a problem with that I brought up months ago. It was like to quiet those criticisms, and it's like it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna like in the books, he is still the biggest asshole ever. Like he still has terrible thoughts about people and still says terrible things to people and like makes them do and he does it on purpose. He's presenting himself as an a-hole and as a bad guy, and he's doing it on purpose. And then Raftalia comes in and she's like, he's just saying that because he wants to play the bad guy. You don't listen to him. He's always just got your benefits. And then he like basically tells her to shut up and don't tell them that. Like he's like, don't tell them that. Like he gets mad at her about it. But I mean, that's kind of the end of it because he's playing the part. And the books, if you ever read the books, which I would recommend you guys do, is the books are literally written from his point of view. Always. There is never a side conversation with other characters outside of him. It's always from his perspective, what he hears somebody says and what he says to somebody else. So every scene you've ever seen where he is not present never happens in the books.
Oh, interesting.
So all these conversations happening between Malty and her dad in season 1 never happened. Like, never happened in the book. It was added content.
The book is written from like a true like first person.
It's like a journal. It's literally like he is narrating the story. The first chapter is like him telling you about the people and what's going on and the history there, and like his perspective of everybody and everything. Like, and they've even drifted further away from that in the second season. There's lots of scenes of like people having conversations away from Nafumi, just stuff happening away from him, and it's like none of that happened. Every conversation that's ever happened in the book, he's always standing there present, listening to. So, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like they're just trying to give other characters like some growth, but it's just like you're adding a personality that may not be there, and that's to me is not fair for the viewer. But again, coming from someone who's never read the book, you guys will be like, oh yeah, it's good, like, you know. So
I got you.
But it's just, that's my critique, right? So it's kind of the downside of reading all the books, right? And I just bought book 14 and 15, so I'm almost done with 13. So I'm obviously way ahead. They'll probably stop making the anime by the time they hit where I'm at. But yeah, I mean, he technically doesn't own the village till after the Spirit Tortoise arc. Yet somehow he has one.
Yeah, that's weird.
He has it, so it's just like,
yeah.
But I mean, it's still good. It's still enjoyable. It's just things aren't playing out like they did in the book. But they're not gonna cause a long-term issue down the road. Because it's nothing like controversial they're adding. I don't like how they're changing his personality to make him seem more genuine or nice than he actually is in the books. But yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
cool. So yeah,
I have a View Foundation.
Thank you for asking. Well, I finished that one painting. I showed you guys that painting. I thought that turned out pretty cool. Yeah. That's posted on my Web Gorilla thing and Instagram. Anyway, aside from that, I was watching a little bit of what is that one anime? It's where the girl that can see demons, not demons, like ghosts and like spirits and stuff.
Oh god, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, there was some new English episodes released.
Mm-hmm.
This is like one of the new spring lineup shows.
No, this was last season. It was a last season one. But I think I talked to you about it. She sees a bunch of yokai, and then she acts like she doesn't see them the whole time. They like get up in her face, and she just acts like she can't see them. And it's just like freaking out on the inside. Like, you hear her inner monologue. It's funny. You should check it out.
Yeah, it is funny.
Y'all gotta remember the name of this thing, so I can
I'm
looking
it up. Looking it up right now.
Yeah, I want to say it's like Ghoul or something like that, but that's probably Tokyo Ghoul.
No, Miruku-chan. I'll paste it here. Give me a second. No, I don't want to see an advertisement. Funimation.
I did watch The Hero. I think half of that. How a realist hero rebuilds an empire. Watched like half of that. That was pretty good. I think I watched an episode of how a genius prince rebuilt a failing empire or whatever. So yeah, I was watching those last night a little bit, and
You gave that other one a try. What do you think?
I did. I really like it. I don't know which one I like more. I think they're about the same.
I said, they're very similar, different takes, but like
I think there's more like the Genius Prince one is a little funnier.
Mm-hmm. The one who's trying to sell off is right. He's trying to sell it off because he doesn't want to be.
Yeah.
Every episode he like whines about it.
Yep. So that was pretty good. I went and watched an animated movie, which isn't Japanese anime, obviously, but it was called The Bad Guys, which is about this group of animals
Oh, I know.
from various.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a good good animated movie for like children, but yeah, there's some funny adult. It was so I'm sitting in the theater with my kid, and she's like, "Dad, you're the only one laughing." I'm like, "Because it's hilarious." It's like you can't laugh at a movie, then why are you there?
Right.
Wait, what movie was this?
It's called The Bad Guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
The lead like cartoon character is a wolf, and
Yeah.
pretty good.
Got good ratings.
It was, the plot was kind of like Ocean's 11-ish, Ocean's 13-ish, something like that. But there was like a couple like a couple twists in there that are slightly predictable, but probably not for a child. Yeah, apart from that, been good. Just trying to kick the strep throat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we're reviewing.
I forgot I was gonna say something.
Yes.
I wanted to deter us a little bit. So, you know how I'm into these light novels, right? I've been debating on getting Audible. I think we talked about this Foundation last week.
Yeah.
I was thinking about signing up for Audible.
Okay.
And I want you guys to guess why you think I want to sign up for Audible.
To listen to manga.
And if you truly, but there's a specific one I want to listen to. I feel like you really shouldn't take too far for you to think.
Was it Overlord?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh God! It's narrated. It's narrated by Ainzul Gon, the guy, the main character.
Actor?
Yeah, does the whole book reading, and I'm like, oh God, I want to listen to this so bad.
Oh, that's a bad taste. Ugh.
So can't help it, you guys. I have an addiction.
Yeah, you're sick, man.
You're
sick.
I was having
and I'm not willing to kick it.
I was having a tough time falling asleep the other night, and so I have Audible, and I'd recalled that I hadn't listened to. I had this Sherlock Holmes series on there that's actually read by Benedict Cumberbatch, and I don't know. It's like Audible is slightly expensive, but like for what you get, it's just like there's so much good content on there,
Mm-hmm. Now, I got a bunch of off of anime. I have a bunch of like habit forming Audible books.
Oh yeah.
Like how to win people over and influence them. 7 Habits of Highly Successful People.
Yeah, I have those.
Kind
too.
of all these books. Really good. But I will say, if you don't like reading, but you do like Audible and stuff, Audible is actually adding a lot of anime light novels to their catalog. So, I mean, they're just starting out. So, like Overlord, they have like the first 3 novels. They actually have Rise of the Shield Hero, which is.
Hey, we got a can. We got a can from White Hat.
I said thank you on the chat.
Is that the White? He's actually a pretty big streamer on our platform. If that's the same White.
So yeah, they Audible. If you want to get into reading some light novels, they are getting a little library started. So definitely give her a shot if you're interested in light novels, anime light novels.
Cool. Maybe I will. Maybe that'll be a springboard into. reading.
Let me
manga.
tell you, after reading these light novels, I like them. I'm starting to like light novels a lot more than watching the animes. But there's just more depth there. So I mean, it's probably typical of most books, but it's good.
Okay. Cool. Would you mind if I played a trailer for the Harlock movie?
Please do.
I would severely mind.
Okay, I'm gonna play it anyway.
Okay. Well, he's got that going. Ketsu, you saw that right in our chat. I put the
Yeah.
Okay.
I just Googled it, and I was like, okay, I do remember seeing this.
I've been called a criminal, a terrorist, and a threat to the known universe. But everything you've been told is a lie. The truth is, the Gaia Coalition has become Earth's worst enemy. They've taken our freedom, our home, and our future. I am Captain Harlock, and I command the crew of the pirate ship Arcadia. The time has come for all mankind to take a stand.
That was an alright trailer. I
Yeah.
don't really care for that music choice. That was a weird song to play, but
Yeah, that was a good trailer. It wasn't very descriptive at all, but gave you the
started out well, and then once the music kicked in, they did the little montage. I was
Yeah.
like, "Hmm?" But
yeah. Well, it's what it is. Did somebody want to read the plot summary or anything, or the synopsis, or?
tell us about it, Foundation.
All right.
I know how much you love talking.
Oh, I love reading these things
I know.
so much.
We all love listening to it.
Well, they don't even give me a synopsis. They just give
Good.
me plot. They just give me the whole plot.
Oh well.
I don't
we
want to
just
read.
talk about it. Well, we don't have to read it. Forget it.
All right. So, what is this? What is the genre of this? Like a space punk or steampunk? What is it exactly?
Yeah, I mean, sci-fi, little sci-fi.
Yeah,
I don't know the genres of movies anymore. I
it's
guess.
not really like a
I would
space
just consider
western.
this. I would just consider this a sci-fi film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sci-fi action.
Sci-fi action. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess, Riggs, why did you pick this movie?
I don't know, man. I just wanted something different. I was browsing Amazon, and I had seen it before a long time ago. So I was familiar enough with the story. That being said, I just we haven't really watched anything kind of like it. And oh man, I like spaceships, big cannons.
Okay.
I like it.
What do you think about it? Like, what was the?
I
I don't know, I'm digging here.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it's more specifically, I guess. So if we get talking to, art style and that type, if we're looking specifically at the visuals, um, I didn't mind it for being, more computer CGI.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a refined look. It doesn't have the super sharp lines that you would see in like Blom, but and some of the other like CGI animated films. And maybe that's because it's more, which kind of sounds weird, but more, I always call it like a 3-dimensional computer programming where it like has proper shading,
Yeah.
where like more like it almost looks like a Paper Mario type situation where it's just real sharp lines. Even though it's 3-dimensional, it's just like it's almost just too sharp of lines when you're looking at foreground and background.
Yeah, I can
But
see that.
so yeah, I don't know. I mean, visually it was appealing.
Like a banana.
And yep, has layers like an onion. And I don't know. I don't really. I'll be honest. I'm not really a sound guy. So as far as music, it was acceptable, I guess. Nothing really necessarily seemed out of place. But and then the plot kind of it did a full circle, and then busted through at the end and added something new, right? So it kind of drops you in. It does a soft world build. And it just drops you in. You don't really know what's going on with these characters, and then it as the story unfolds, it kind of you learn more. You get flashbacks and stories being told, and you get kind of a full history of why humanity's in the certain spot that it's at, and yeah, everything. I mean, so I enjoyed the plot for what it was. It's definitely not gonna change any minds. It wasn't mind blowing or anything like that, but yeah, overall I liked it. There's just not a lot for me to say about it that I didn't necessarily like. I did find it weird that your main character, I guess I don't know if would necessarily be the main protagonist, but I would say he's the main character, the younger guy, that he looked like Harlock but younger. That was kind of weird to me. But
yeah, I didn't get that shit. I was like, what, this dude just becomes Harlock now? Like they're just like the same person?
Yeah.
I thought that shit was stupid.
I thought that's what it was gonna be, but that's it's not how it ends. Harlock's still alive technically, sitting on his, but he's like, what is that? The best mate, or what's the second in command?
The lieutenant or something, or
no, I'm thinking pirate, but pirate is like, isn't it the first mate?
Number 2.
Number 2. I thought it was funny that he had like a bird that set prop on his shoulder. Like
yeah,
that was
weird.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Like almost like some sort of
Pokemon looking thing.
Well, I was thinking he's like an anorexic.
It looked like a dodo.
Yeah, it was like an anorexic pelican. But it was as I said, I enjoyed it. It's a good B film. It wasn't poorly done, but it's not I don't think it was some masterpiece. But again, I'm not into the finer arts. Ketsu can probably speak to that more. For just a novice enjoys movies for what they are. I mean, it was just pleasing all around. I could follow the story. I could follow the plot. It was just a good film.
Okay, cool. Ketsu, how do you feel about this film? I feel like you had some issues.
It's not. I don't know. I just thought it was really fucking boring. I had a hard time having my attention. It had a hard time keeping my attention. Is all I'll say. I agree with everything you said, Riggs. Like, the plot, you go full circle. It just seems so rudimentary, with that though, like that's kind of it's like, oh, we've seen this before, we've done this before. Like you get your classic tropes that have been done before. It's just like there's nothing special about it at all. It's just like recycled garbage from what we've already been spoon fed once before. I don't know. I just thought I was bored. Also, I'm not like Final Fantasy was fine, but like I don't fucking like watching these completely CGI films. I think they're dog shit. I don't like it. If I want to watch live action, I'm gonna watch live action. If I want to watch fucking animated shit, like I want to watch like traditional or like 2-dimensional animation. I don't want to watch 3G or CGI 3D shit.
Yeah, gotcha.
Unless it's like super cartoony or something, like there's tasteful ways to accomplish it, but like the hyper realism thing, I'm just like, this is so dumb.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I also didn't like that he became Jack, like he became Harlock at the end. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well, he didn't become Harlock at the end.
They just but they just look exactly the same, except
they do look exactly the same. Yeah,
Harlock's just like the older version of this young dude who like gets the same eye blown out and has the same scar across his face. It's just like so.
Harlock even gives him
a
eye patch that looks exactly like his. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
So,
it's like
another thing is that he went down to the planet, Earth, and I think he absorbed dark energy down there himself.
You think so?
Yeah. Which repowered the ship in a way. I don't know. Or it was the alien chick that was like,
I think it was the alien.
Kind of hot, but kind of weird looking.
Wait, there's nothing wrong with that.
She was hot, dude. She was
nothing
hot.
wrong.
Don't kid
she was
yourself.
weird looking. She was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. I just thought it was boring. I think that like it didn't necessarily do anything wrong. I just didn't find it entertaining at all. Like it didn't do anything special. Like I honestly would just rather watch the original like animated series. I'd probably have a funner time watching that shit.
Yeah,
and that's like
1960s
anime, like that's early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I had to say. I was bored. I didn't like it, but I didn't think it was like the worst thing in the world. I just like was just not for me. You had your action, you had your plot line, you had like world building, you had character development. Huh?
I didn't really think there was a whole lot of character development until like the very end. It was like they inverted the character development a little bit, because you kind of learn more about the people as the thing progresses. But it's like you're learning about what the shit they did in the past. So that was.
I would say reflecting on it, you could almost make an argument there was zero character development.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody really changed who they were, right? You had the brother who was always kind of that way, who
a fucking dick.
Yeah, that one, yeah, who was always, ever since you kind of were introduced to him, he always had the same personality. It was crazy that he was keeping his wife alive, like in a tube.
Oh yeah, it's funny that she loved him.
And that she loved the other one, other brother. And the other brother was kind of always this maverick. Maybe not necessarily a maverick, but he was always just kind of like,
I'm just gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah, just kind of doing whatever he wanted to do to like, he's always had these grand ideas. It seemed like he was the type of guy that was always like, he would always come to the table with like this new, not necessarily a scheme, but like a new idea that he was like, hey, you got this is what we could do this now. Like, let's try this. Yeah. Harlock probably the one character who actually grew the most, but that was probably, you're just looking at a before and after of who he was before, and then after all the shit that went down, who he was after, but that didn't necessarily play out during the film. So None of the crewmates grew. They were the same piratey
Yeah.
people as always. Same loyalties from the beginning of the movie towards the end. Yeah, I mean, you could, thinking about it now, you could make the argument that there was zero character development. So
Yeah, I don't know. It just sucked, bro. That's where I stand. I didn't like it.
sucked.
Didn't think it was good.
So I enjoyed the CG, whatever. I thought like the costuming and all that shit was really cool. The effects were really fucking cool. The characters were all like, they were pretty cool. I didn't have any.
I will
issue.
say, yeah, to your point, Foundation, I enjoyed the character design. I thought was really
Yeah.
cool as well. Like
Like
each main character kind of had their own look.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
yeah, really fucking cool. I kind of feel like maybe Harlock goes through some sort of like I don't even know how to say this. Like there's almost like a sort of time paradox that exists around Harlock, and maybe those two people are the same people. I don't fucking know. But dark matter or whatever, who the fuck knows what could happen with dark matter. Yeah, that was another thing I thought was interesting, and what actually kept my attention was essentially how the Earth is completely trashed by Harlock, and then like the Gaia Foundation or whatever like covers everything up and goes to the extent of using holographic technology to cover up this huge fucking issue, this scandal. So yeah, I was kind of like, oh yeah, typical government bullshit, right? So that was kind of an interesting little thing that they threw in there. Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I wouldn't really. It's just like it's just like a side note, kind of movie. Like, oh, it's pretty good. I actually thought it was better than that Final Fantasy, the Spirit Within or whatever. Is that what that was?
Spirit Within?
No.
Well, there is that film. No, what we watched was Advent Children.
Yeah, Advent Children. I thought it was better than Advent Children. And I actually felt like it was the same CG studio that did this film that did Advent Children. Seemed very similar.
I mean, it could have been. I don't think it was the same, but
maybe it's the same graphics engine or something. I don't know.
Could be.
So yeah, that's another film. The Spirit Within. That's another CG movie. It's kind of like these anime CG. I actually really enjoy that movie a lot.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, but I didn't hate this. I thought the dialogue was kind of forced. I didn't think it was a very good like screenplay or whatever, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I don't know. It was like one of those like space adventure movies, kind of like a Star Trek episode. Yeah, I don't know. It was okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't really.
It seems like we're summing this up pretty quick here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to.
Get your bowls of soup in, I guess. Are we ready?
Yeah, I can talk about bowls of soup.
I could talk about soup.
All right, Katsu. I want to go last. I gotta contemplate my thoughts.
One thing. I actually feel like Riggs here. I felt like Harlock and Riggs kind of have a similar personality. Just thought about it just a little bit.
Well, why would you say that?
Because you're both salty as fuck. I don't know.
Whew, sheesh.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I mean,
Salty.
just if it's salty, and you kind of like when you had the long hair,
Uh-huh.
like you kind of almost looked the same, like
Mm.
salty
So you're
pirate.
saying I should grow it out. I'll get a Harlock weave. I got that would have to be like I'd have to get even longer than how I had it or this one.
Do it.
Ooh,
Do it,
bet
and then
the
go to a
wife would like it.
cosplay convention as Harlock.
Mm. I mean, I don't really have the body for that. I got to work out.
Oh yeah, you got to. You're
Salty.
You're salty.
I'm not salty. I'm just a realist. Okay.
You're not
Um,
salty, bro. You're not salty.
Salty would imply that I'm upset about something, but
Grandma?
oh, he's going to chase his daughter down. All right, Ketsu, why don't you start us off with the bowls of soup?
2 bowls of soup.
2 bowls of soup. All right, I gotta think
Two
about it.
bows. Jesus.
For the crowd,
should-
give us
should we let it really
redefine
be?
reassess your 2 bowls. Just throw the reasons for your 2 bowls.
Give us the sentence.
Ketsu.
What? Sorry,
Why
I got
did you
distracted
do
when I
bowls
was
of
looking
soup?
at something.
I said just
why does this
re-justify.
deserve 2 bowls of soup?
This
Because I think this
doesn't-
movie's dog shit. That's why I think it gets 2 bowls of soup. It was boring as hell. Everything was super trite, and it was just, not exciting at all.
Okay.
God, if dog shit gets two bowls, I feel.
Yeah, that's
know
4
what-
out of,
I don't know
that's
what-
4 out of 10. That's not a good score.
Yeah, but dog shit should be further than that. But all right, I'm not gonna argue. I won't force you to give it a lower score. All right, Foundation, you go. I'm contemplating there.
I'll give that a 3.
Going to 3.
Yeah. There were so many good things, but just I almost want to do a 4, but like I think about some of the other things I've given a 4, and like
Yeah, it just does not add. It doesn't hold up.
yeah, like I wasn't moved by this movie. Like Redline, I was moved by that movie. And
Figuratively and literally.
yeah, like a motherfucker, but
Uh,
this not so much.
You got in your car. You got in your car, and that's why I said you were literally moved.
I got in my car, but yeah.
Started drag racing around the neighborhood.
Yeah. Kind of a daily occurrence.
I am gonna have to.
Oh God.
If you vomit your broth all over.
Oh.
Dude, wait a second.
Okay.
The Gentleman on Netflix. That needs to be watched by everybody.
With Matthew
It's not
McConaughey?
anime, but it's good. It's
With Matthew McConaughey?
yes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
It's all it's like all right.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Anyway, bowls of soup. Rigged. I'm guessing you're
Alright.
gonna give it a 4.
Because I'm a stern believer of not doing halvesies. Because I don't believe in a half a bowl of soup. I'm gonna have to give it a 2. I have to.
Whoa.
It's lower. It's lower than I want to, but I don't feel
God.
it's a 3.
Okay. Well,
You could make an argument for a 3. I'm just thinking in frame of reference of everything else we've done. It would be unjustified. I mean, it's a good film, right? I didn't have a problem. Okay. Well, Kessie, your distaste of it like progressed as you talked about it.
Yeah, 'cause it's bad.
But I mean, to what you said, right? It doesn't push any boundaries. There's nothing new with the story. The characters are exactly what you would assume they were. Kind of what we talked about. There's no character development. Nobody changes their views on anything. It is exactly what you would expect space pirates to be. There's not really necessarily any comedic relief at any point. Like it's just is what it is. Graphically, I don't think anything that someone may say as even as much as I do enjoy a good character design. There's just nothing impressive there. And granted, we're looking this in hindsight, right? 2020, there's stuff that's made that's come out that's looks better and blah 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 blah. Outside of personal preference, I'm like you, Ketsu. I do enjoy more hand drawn, 2-dimensional art styles. The dubbing was acceptable. Actually, I probably should have brought that up in the Final Fantasy thing, that the English dub in the Final Fantasy film was so bad.
Yeah, this one was terrible too. Yeah.
Was it? I didn't feel like this one maybe was as bad, but maybe I'm just using that the Final Fantasy as a reference.
I actually had to kind of not even look at their mouths when they were talking because it was
so much. But yeah, it just. I enjoyed it. It's a good film if you're just looking to waste an hour and a half of your life. You don't want to work. Throw it on. You want to just if you're introducing yourself to some animes and to animation, it's probably not a bad place to start. It's not gonna change much, but if you're into sci-fi action films, it's probably not a bad place to start for someone who's new. But so
yeah, that'd be a terrible.
As I said, I probably would give it a 2.5, but I don't believe in halvesies, so I go down.
Yep, salty.
If you're not good enough to hit that next level, nope, you bring it down.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Cool beans.
Now, who's picking the next one?
Who
picked the last one?
Well,
me, but the one before that.
It was Redline.
Oh, Redline. So then, so it's Ketsu. Ooh, it's Ketsu. Yeah. I got one actually. I got one in a good. Hey, first of all, there's nothing wrong with a good slice of life. Secondly, I got one. Ooh, I'm so excited. For mine.
Ketsu, what are you gonna do? Do you know yet?
I had a couple ideas. Is it gonna fucking kill you guys to watch a sub movie?
I've been watching a lot of my anime subbed.
I know, but
it won't kill me.
It won't kill me.
It won't kill me. Okay. As long as it's good.
Okay. We're watching Ninja Scroll.
Oh, okay.
It's on Hulu.
I can deal with that.
It's free on Hulu.
Oh. I just canceled my Hulu membership.
I apparently had 2 Hulu.
Better sign back up.
I will say,
did you almost completely drink that Coca-Cola in the time we started the stream?
It's a sugar-free Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to give you guys a preview. I saw this on Netflix.
Bubble.
I watched part of that.
I wanna review that. That looked good. I was like, ooh, I think the guys would be into this. It's a slice of lifer, but there seems to be other shit going on.
I was going to suggest that.
Exciting.
That was the first, because it's been all over anime Twitter.
Yeah.
And just because of the Sakuga, the really intensely animated scenes that look really, really fucking good. But it got terrible reviews. I was like, maybe we can watch this. I would prefer to watch Ninja Scroll. I'm gonna stick to my guns and make us watch really good film that's gonna, we're gonna dive deep into critical analysis. But I did really like the visual aspect of Bubble, and it looked really appealing. I'm just afraid that it's gonna be a shit film that looks gorgeous. So we'll save it.
It
looks really good. But yeah,
it's on the dock to happen. So if it doesn't happen, Foundation doesn't want to do it, then it's coming full circle 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now.
Okay, well, 2.
Well, next week is yours. The following week, so it would be technically 3 weeks out, but. Ooh.
Ninja Scroll is like rated as like one of the top 25 greatest anime films of all time. So let's, it's
And I haven't seen it
it's
yet.
really violent. I haven't seen it either.
Oh, there you go.
Surprisingly enough. But what I have seen is Wicked City. And
Hell
it's the
yeah.
same director.
All
That's
right.
I'm pretty sure there's no tentacles in this one, though. Pretty sure. It is too bad. You should experience it. Change your
No, I
life.
shouldn't. Maybe
Change
you should
your-
experience
Change your life.
tentacle rape.
I did.
Gross. What?
Me and Riggs
We
talked about
watched
the
it.
movie.
Wait,
We watched
both
the
you and
movie.
Riggs experienced tentacle rape.
Yeah.
This is not a conversation
The
thought I
movie
was
Wicked City.
Oh, it was in Wicked City.
Yeah.
I thought you meant something else, like
It's like
physically.
Yeah, real life?
Atlantic City.
What?
What?
I said it's like Atlantic City.
I've
Because
never
it's
been.
underwater?
I was feeding Foundation's play into that he thought this was real, even though he was just being
That did not land.
I was just being an asshole.
an asshole. And so that's why I said, yeah, Wicked. And we were talking about Wicked City. I said, yeah, it's kind of like Atlantic City. So
Not Atlantis, Ketsu.
not Atlantis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Duh.
All right.
I'm looking at the 24 best anime movies of all time. This is movie number 3 on that list.
No shit.
What's
Guess
2 and
what's
1?
number 2?
Akira.
Yes. Guess what number 1 is?
I don't
House.
want to. I feel
Or
like
wait.
I might, but is it a Studio Ghibli film?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it
Away.
Spirited Away.
It is.
So fucking stupid.
That movie is pure art. That movie is a
I
don't
like
know
it.
if I can talk
I
about
don't feel like it's the best animated film. I feel like
No.
that is subjective. I feel like they should just put Studio Ghibli there because they have so many good ones. I mean,
all of their movies are like the best movies.
I
ever.
thought
Not all of
the
but they're a large majority.
most of them, like I would say, like 87 to
Yes.
89% of them.
what was the one with the Nightwalker, like the forest and
Princess
all that?
Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, that honestly could be.
That is my
That
best.
could
I
be
think
the
that is
best
the
one of all
to me is that
think
is the epitome of animated films. I'm subjective though. I watch it at least once a year. I can't get enough of it. Sometimes I binge the shit out of it and I watch it multiple times in a row. But
Yeah, it's real good.
You know,
I just love it.
what is Vampire Hunter D? Is that even on there?
No, you clown.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
That might
Vampire
make it on
Hunter
there.
D lies at number.
Which one?
The
Vampire Hunter D or
1985.
Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust?
The first one.
Oh,
That's
so you
number
didn't even watch
13 out of 24.
What the fuck? Who the hell wrote that?
I
Dude,
don't
that
know.
movie sucks balls.
Kiki's Delivery Service. Everyone likes that except if you're what? Isn't it? What is that?
I mean,
What is it?
Metropolis is on here. Honestly, I'm kind of like on board with Red Line's on here at 22 out of 24.
Dude,
Ooh,
that shit
that one was a
should be
good one.
their top 10.
That was-
This I kind of
Where's
mostly
Nike?
agree with this
Nike.
ranking here. I guess I haven't seen the first Vampire Hunter D movie, but I can't imagine it to be that terrible if it's
It's the
it's even
animation.
mentioned.
The animation's really bad. It's like that old school animation.
Yeah, I can get past that if the story's super dope though.
It is a good story.
Ghost in the Shell's number 4. I love that one. Fucking
You haven't
love
watched
that shit.
Kiki's Delivery Service
No,
Foundation?
no.
It's cute. It's a classic.
I mean, it's what is it? Isn't that wasn't it getting hit up for being like misogynistic or something? Wasn't there something being said about that?
Not that I recall or remember.
There's something that came down. I can't remember the controversy around it, but it's like, of course, it's like now people like looking back and being like, oh, that's all about.
Owl's Moving Castle. We reviewed Owl's Moving Castle.
We did.
That
We
one,
reviewed
I
that.
feel
I love that movie.
as well.
I gave that a 5. I gave that a 5 on here. I remember that.
You did. Wow.
That was a 5 for me. It's like one of my favorite
Studio.
things. Like when I was a kid. Like I saw
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah,
I was
see?
like, oh shit,
Likes
that's
it.
We have a
incredible.
123 SKG in the chat
Yeah,
here.
it
They
likes
seem
it.
to, yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
like
said they liked
Spirited
Howl's Moving Castle better than
more than
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
I honestly think Spirited Away is a little bit overdone. Like it's a little. I forget the
I mean,
phrase I'm
it's
trying to use.
grandiose, but
Exaggerated. I just think it's good. I just don't think it's the best thing that came out. I just think it came out at the right time. It had the right English dub cast.
it was good.
And
It's good, man. It's good.
Katsu.
I think Spirited Away is a better film than Howl's Moving Castle, but I like Howl's Moving Castle more because of what it means to me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Princess Mononoke was also like an incredible epic, but you know,
Yeah,
it's they're very different
Mm-hmm.
kind of fantasies and like
Well,
stories and
I think Studio Ghibli does a really good job of diversifying their portfolio.
yeah, and like they
Graphically,
create,
they're all bombers. I don't animation style. I don't think another. To
no,
me,
because
I think
yeah,
they're the best studio. But
their signature. Like
I think we're Ketsu and I are probably a little favored biased in that
Yeah.
because we like that type of art style. So it's the best of that type of art style. Where I think Foundation, you like the more computer generated art, right?
I don't have a problem with it, like, but
I don't know. I mean,
you know, I would rather.
you seem to enjoy it more than at least Ketsu and I do.
Because I don't actually view that as like a straight up anime movie, you know, like a Japanese anime movie.
What isn't? Wait, well, you said what's?
So like, I kind of just view it as a different thing than like, okay, like Kiki's still, or like, and like Spirited Away or any Studio Ghibli movie. I feel like every animated movie that's CG, it has a very similar feeling to it, and it's like I enjoy the like hand drawn stuff more, if it's hand drawn anymore. I'm not really sure, but I'm not really. I'm right there with you guys. I don't mind it. I'll watch a movie in it. Like the Spirit Within movie is really good, but that's because the story is really good.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
Yeah, I'd rather watch a straight up anime movie than CG stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell there is a huge difference in two-dimensional computer-generated art and what we would probably dictate as hand-drawn. And you're seeing a lot more of that hybrid in more anime.
Yeah.
And you see it with if they're doing like bulk images of things. So like you'll have the main characters and then you'll have an army. Well, the army, because they don't want to computer generate them, they don't want to hand draw all these soldiers. They're just going to draw one and then use a computer to mimic them across the board. So you'll have half the characters on the screen you can tell are hand drawn, and the other ones where it's like soldiers or monsters, some shared asset is all computer generated, and it does take you out a little bit. It's unfortunate, but I don't know. You just, hey, if that's what keeps the studio going, you know, cutting corners like that, I'd rather them cut corners like that than what they did with So I Resurrected as a Spider. So what? The last 2 or 3 episodes of that series, everything is computer generated, and you can tell. Like they obviously ran out of budget or lost their funding because it looks like shit, and it's disappointing because I loved it, and all of a sudden you come back to the next episode and you could tell the art style is different. I don't think they got signed for a second one. But yeah, I mean it's disappointing. So yeah, if they can cut corners during it, like Overlord does that, for example. So whenever they have like an army or whatever in the background, it's always computer generated, and it's less noticeable when half the characters are and half the characters aren't because they kind of blend. But you can just tell when they go to a full shift in an animated that it's, I don't know, it's disappointing. So, but I was gonna ask, have you guys been anybody started the Demon Slayer season 2?
Yeah,
No, I still have not. Still haven't
either.
watched that shit.
I've
You been
watched.
watching it, Foundation?
I watched most of season 2. Yeah,
Okay. Good.
I think it was in Japanese, right?
No, it's dubbed too.
Okay, I've watched most of it.
I mean, I think they have almost all of it on subbed. You could probably watch the whole, almost all.
It was pretty good from what I recall, but like there was a lot to do with that one character that was the fire or the fire style or whatever, or
Yeah, that was the Mugu Train arc, however you say it, which is basically the film.
is that not the
Yeah.
second season?
No, that's like the first part of the second season. Then they go what's called the Entertainment District arc.
I haven't seen
That's
that part.
all new content.
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, because I haven't checked that out.
Is
The
that-
first
is that
episode, the
out
first episode is new. It's technically a prequel to the movie, and then it's like the movie broken out into like 4 or 5 episodes, which makes zero sense to me. And then that's when the Entertainment District starts, and that's all new content.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna have to watch that.
So, yeah.
Cool.
I keep wanting to check it out. I keep seeing it, but I'm just like, I just haven't pulled the trigger on it.
Oh, all right. Well, I think I'm at my limit for the night.
You drank
All
too
right,
much
bro.
broth?
No, I'm just tired, and
All right.
yeah.
Sign us out.
Well, sign us
Okay,
out,
all
good
right,
sir.
everybody. Thank you for joining us once again for Toon Soup, and please come back in for next week where we'll be watching Ninja Scroll. Thank you. Have a great night.